As we reported earlier, the Serbian military commander Ratko Mladic was found guilty of genocide and crimes against humanity for his role in the brutal Balkan Civil War that tore apart the former Yugoslavia in the 1990s. Special correspondent Malcolm Brabant covered the conflict then and reports now from Bosnia on today's decision.
The International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia is now in session.
Mladic had spent 14 years on the run before being captured, and in the weeks before today's finale, his lawyers had tried in vain to delay proceedings. The so-called Butcher of Bosnia didn't hear the convictions or sentence being delivered. He was kicked out of court after an outburst in which he denounced the tribunal and its proceedings in vulgar terms.
Mr. Mladic, sit. Mr. Mladic, sit. Mr. Mladic, we adjourn. Mr. Mladic will be removed from the courtroom. Ratko Mladic.
With Mladic taken to the cells and silence restored, the judge ran through the charge sheet. Guilty on 10 out of 11 indictments.
Guilty as a member of various joint criminal enterprises of the following counts. Count 2, genocide. Count 3, persecution, a crime against humanity.
The charges related mainly to Mladic's supervision of the massacre of Bosnian men and boys after the Serbs overran Srebrenica in the summer of 1995. The men were separated from the women who were put on buses and driven away. As to their sons, husbands, brothers and fathers were never seen again.
For having committed these crimes, the chamber sentences Mr. Ratko Mladic to life imprisonment.
Mladic's conviction wraps up the prosecution of the three main instigators of Bosnia's ethnic cleansing. The Bosnian Serbs' political leader, Radovan Karadzic, was found guilty of similar charges last year, and Slobodan Milosevic, the architect of Serbian expansionism after the collapse of former Yugoslavia, died in his prison cell from a heart attack. The court proceedings were watched by relatives of those massacred in Srebrenica. There was relief that, given Mladic's age and health problems, the life sentence will probably mean that he will die in prison.
This should mean a lot for justice and reconciliation if the other side is willing to look into the facts and accept the arguments to move toward a better future, and to stop negating the genocide and all the happenings in Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Mladic was also found guilty of killing civilians in Sarajevo during the long siege. It still bears the scars of Serb mortar rounds, as does former child soldier Almir Garbo, who has post-traumatic stress disorder after seeing his friends blown to pieces by Mladic's forces during the siege.
For me, Mladic is a monster. Only a monster can kill children and order a massacre of children and raping little girls.
There's been some criticism of the length of time the War Crimes Tribunal took to deliver verdicts, but long-time Sarajevo-based speechwriter and advisor Kevin Sullivan, who was wounded during the conflict, is satisfied that justice has finally prevailed.
In terms of closure, I think each individual has to reach their own closure. Politically, I think this is important because it shows that you don't have to throw your hands up and say there's nothing can be done.
Ratko Mladic may have lost the war after NATO intervened. He may have faced justice at the first War Crimes Tribunal since Nuremberg, but he's still a victor of sorts. He fought for ethnic cleansing, and to an extent he succeeded. Sarajevo, once a beacon of multi-ethnicity, is now a predominantly Muslim city. Most Serbs and Croats have left. Bosnia remains divided, and many Serbs regard him as a war hero, not a war criminal. In the Serbian town of Novi Sad, there was anger at what some perceived as Victor's justice.
I have no comment. Really, what a verdict. The man should have been released to go home, not sent to prison because he is guilty of nothing.
Well, disgusting. Disgusting. Because Mladic represents us the people who are innocent. They will brand us guilty, nothing else.
Mladic's lawyer announced he'll appeal the verdicts, but as far as the people he wanted to eradicate are concerned, these gravestones don't lie. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Malcolm Brabant in Sarajevo.